Yo, what's going on, you guys? This is the Alliance War Showcase. Now, there are a lot of updates, and like a lot of things coming out, but I just wanted to start with this because I personally don't have a ton of time, but this was able to be included in my time today. So, Alliance War Showcase, I wanted to start out by basically I forgot to record the right path, so I want to give a brief breakdown of how I did the right path, and then I have some footage for the other content in this quest. So this is just Alliance War Showcase. You can bring a decay champion, which is like the tag, which will help here, but I just looked at YouTube videos and this is the team I went with for the right path. The first fight, Spiral, I really didn't look like any of the nodes, but first fight I did with Titania. Now you will be taking a bit of damage from this, so hazard shift. You just want to use your haymakers because obviously you go indestructible as Titania, so just use that to your advantage, and try to just use that and build to your special 3 so you can reactivate your haymaker, and you might take like half of your health or something. You're not using Titania all the time, so I don't know, I just kind of blitzed through this entire thing. And I used Titania for this fight, took some damage from that, but I used the haymakers to negate it with the indestructible. And then, of course, don't really stun her because you'll take that damage one eye open. So Titania will still work here, and you'll get through that hopefully. Might take an attempt or two, but here then we got Punisher. I brought Deathless Thanos, so let me flip this over. Deathless Thanos, and as simple as that. This fight, Wong is I believe it was Titania, just because class advantage, and it worked. I didn't use anyone special there. Same thing for this fight. Not Titania, but like I used Deathless Thanos here. Now she does make you I think it's falter, or no, I think it's she like power drains you or there's something annoying. So just overall, just get your armor shatter on her with Deathless Thanos and just hammer into her. She'll die eventually. It's not that hard of a fight, but you'll probably be power drained or faltered, or she'll regen, but it's not that bad because Deathless Thanos is that guy. And then Sentinel, same thing, Deathless Thanos. It might be a little harder because it's Sentinel now. He's actually hard to fight. But also in every one of these fights, you have this invulnerability to boost. So it's a boost in AW, but you actually just get it forever in this quest. So your first 3 hits that you take, it doesn't matter if it's just the first 3 hits you take no damage. So if it's a special 3, I found out, like if they throw a special 3 and you haven't gotten hit the whole fight, like to your face, you don't take any damage from their special 3 because it counts as like 1 hit, I think. I don't know, it's weird. But if you haven't gotten hit, then you can tank their special 3, but I wouldn't recommend trying to do that. It just happened for me, so yeah. But yeah, Deathless Thanos, and then you manage around the nodes in the fight. It's not too terrible, just don't die obviously. This fight is Titania. I don't know what to tell you here. It might take some damage from hazard shift, but it's Titania, same diff, same thing. Literally, I don't know what to tell you guys. It's the same thing. I can definitely help you in the comments if you need help, but it's the same thing there with Titania. And now for this fight, Serpent, you can use not anyone, but you can use anyone. So I used Kushala, obviously because it's Kushala. She's like my most ranked up Mystic champion. And you're gonna be faltered right here. So whenever a buff expires on the defender, unless you land a heavy attack or special attack within the next 3 seconds, the defender is faltered. Otherwise, the attacker is. So you have to throw a heavy attack or a special attack after a buff expires on them, or you will be faltered. Hopefully that makes sense. I didn't really read over the node. I just got like faltered and dealt with it. But Kushala should definitely work here. Just watch his power. It's the main thing. I had to use a revive or so, or 2 maybe. I think it was 1. And in this fight, Deathless Thanos, he's just a bit tanky. I just used Kushala and my whole team played around him normally, and eventually Kushala got it done pretty easily. So that's gonna go through this first path, and now we'll cut to some content. Alright, now this is actually the first path I did. So I said Kushala, and you could definitely use Kushala in this fight, But I ended up just swapping Titania out for Deathless Guillotine just because, why not? I mean, she's also fun to play. So, a lot of champions work on this fight. Just make sure that you know what you're doing. But Deathless Guillotine worked very well here. And, I mean, I just wanted to show as much footage as I kind of could. While it might be a longer video, I hope this helps you guys out. And I will try to make timestamps. Because I know timestamps really help. But, yeah. Deathless Guillotine, and then we'll go through the next path. And I have a reward or two to open. But we'll save that for the end because yeah, I got some rewards from this. But also, I'm trying to get that Lumitrix. Obviously, some people have Lumitrix already. I think I didn't spend any money really on the Light Essence, but I will get Lumitrix hopefully eventually. He seems really good and fun, and I should have saved my rank up and Awakening Gem for him, which, if you guys know, hopefully, I used it on Bullseye. Because I didn't think I would get any good skill champion, but then Lumitrix was announced, and then yeah, it's all kind of been chaotic from there. So I'll still be able to rank him up in the future, but yeah, the goal really is to just get Light Essence for Lumitrix, and that comes from this quest as well. Now this guy, see, he's very tanky, this Deathless Thanos, and my microphone's not really staying put. So, but yeah, either way. This guy's dead, and then we have the completion rewards, which are nice, but the exploration rewards are better. So, let's go through the next path here. This next path, obviously the paths are just geared towards my roster. This is who I used, and honestly, this wasn't too great, but especially Jack-O-Lantern, but it was still not that bad. I had revives, and I just kind of, did what I had to do. So here's an example, like I was talking about with the Spiral fight. You take some damage, but the Haymakers help negate some of it. And also, I don't know how, but you just kind of negate some of the damage on your own. I don't know. But, yeah, it took some hits. I didn't really care because I was just trying to get through this quest. Not trying to solo it, but you could definitely solo this. They don't have that much health, the defenders. I mean, I didn't look at their health, but the defenders didn't it didn't feel like they had that much health. So, special 3, do what Titania does, and Spiral is basically dead. And that's literally it for Spiral. I mean, she has that and the annoying dancing blades and stuff, but you should be fine if you know what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? If you know what you're doing. So I'm trying to adjust my mic. If it changes, it's my bad, but if you know what you're doing, you should be able to take care of Spiral right there. Pretty easily, I would say. I have rank 2 Titania. Now we have Punisher and Deathless Thanos. So what am I gonna do right here? I'm just gonna play normally. All the stuff on my screen, all these buffs and debuffs and wow, I don't care. I don't care. It's just Deathless Thanos. He's amazing. And we're gonna do this, man. We're just gonna have some fun. Trying to hold my mic still, but yeah, Deathless Thanos. I mean, it doesn't feel like they have a lot of health because I mean, look at this fight. So, just like cut through them just like butter. Pretty easy fight. But yeah, I mean, I still want to show footage for this because it'll definitely help. But it's really not like there's nothing special to this quest. Just make sure you have the right champions. And it's really all up to like how you play. So this Domino fight, I would honestly not recommend Jack-O-Lantern. I don't excuse me. I didn't really exactly have a great counter for Domino. I'm looking some other people that did this. Looking at MCOC, Saitama, if you know of Marvel King Saitama. He used Photon, so it's actually interesting. But yeah, you can use a lot of champions here. I just bought Jack-O-Lantern just because. And I died because there is that Hazard Shift, which actually did a fair amount of damage to me. So I'd recommend, I mean, you can use whoever you want, but I'd recommend having someone with immunities for this fight just because, it's nice. But if you don't have anyone with immunities, you can kind of just do what I did. Titania could work, but it kind of sucks because the haymakers and like the lucky kind of interfere. So it's up to you though. I just decided to throw my whole team kind of at Domino. This didn't really work too well, but I wasn't gonna restart at this point. So Titania it is, and trying to get to a special 3 so I can get my haymaker back. Now I have it right here. Race into my special 3. Just barely make it, but I'm not doing a ton of damage at all, so it doesn't really matter. So I go ahead and try to do whatever I can, but I'm gonna die and I just take it to the face, man. Pause. I just took the special 2 to the face. Yeah, you can use anyone you want. I don't recommend doing what I did, but there's other guides. I mean, Marvel King Saitama used Photon. I mean, he took some damage, but his Photon was like really boosted and ranked up, so that just proves that you can use pretty much whoever you want. But I decided to revive, go back in with Jack-O-Lantern. And while I do need to save some revives for next week for 9.2, which will be fun, I also had some to spare, of course. So this fight, though, probably one of the most annoying fights, but it wasn't that terrible. It was a bit annoying, but it wasn't that bad. Just had to bring in the right champion, but of course I was not gonna restart. So on to the next fight. We have, look at this, man. We have I was about to say Jubilee. We have NTW, Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Now she does have that little passive stun and passive incinerates, which are annoying, but what you gotta do is I mean, Deathless Thanos worked here. Another thing is that there are fisted cuffs for like the first 20 or 30 seconds of the fight, so no one gains buffs or debuffs. But of course, since they are passive from Negasonic Teenage Warhead, the passives, they will still attack. This will still affect you, so you got to be careful of that. But even though she has passive incinerates, just try not to get like hit by her, because she won't really apply them if you just don't get hit by her. I'm pretty sure. I haven't really played against Negasonic Teenage Warhead that much, but yeah, Deathless Thanos. Then once her evades on cooldown, you also play slows from like being in the having the decay tag. I'm pretty sure. So overall, this fight, I mean, you should be able to power through. It's Deathless. I use Deathless Thanos, and he will definitely power through most fights. I mean, let's be for real here. He'll power through most fights. Now we have Dazzler. She's a little bit annoying. There is the physical, her awakened ability I did not even think about, where that she takes like no physical damage, or she reflects some of the damage. I think it's maybe it's non-contact attacks. She reflects the damage. I don't exactly remember, but the main thing is you'll be rooted, so that's annoying. But don't try to dex your special 2 unless you are like MSD. I would just block your special 2 as long as it's not unblockable, and it shouldn't be. But yeah, watch for her dash. You should be able to just power through this fight. There is bubble shield, which is annoying, and right here I tried to actually don't dex it, which is smart. I only dex the end, but I'm taking a bit of block damage. It's just not turning out too well, so I just want to power through this fight, but not going too well in my favor. And now this special 2 I have to dex right here. I'm about to get rooted, but then every time you hit her, the root timer like refreshes on you. But for some reason, yeah, I just tried dexing it, so that's why I would say don't dex it, because that ruined it quite a bit. But it doesn't matter, because like I said, just trying to power through this whole thing. We're gonna go in with Jack-O-Lantern, and you can use anyone for like all these fights. Not gonna lie, I just I brought who I had, you know, no specific requirements. There's no like special objective at all. So that's why I used like Jack-o'-lantern here. But I would recommend like probably like a prowler or something. I don't know. But yeah, the 3 hits I just took right there didn't have any damage afflicted to me, obviously because of that special node. And then there was that damage I just took which killed me, and that's from her awakened ability, I'm pretty sure. The reflect. So I don't exactly know what that does. I think it's like from non-contact attacks or something. She reflects damage. So either way, you just gotta nuke her down. Dazzler's not that hard of a fight, just a bit tricky, but Kushala got it done here. Just put some buffs on her. Go ahead and chuck a special 2, and I think it actually might be physical damage she reflects. I don't remember, but also I got hit by that special 2 right there, which kind of sucks. And then I got the dazzling dashed into my face, so that's great. But it doesn't matter because it's Kushala and she has 100% health, or she did. So soul barbs are gonna kill Dazzler off, but while this seems like a hard fight, it really wasn't. It was just my fault, really. That's why most of this quest is just skill. So, well, like not in like a mean way. Like you need to have a certain skill level because you can use pretty much any champion for this quest. It's just so then it just depends on how well you play yourself. So this next fight is honestly a bit easier. If you have like Kushala. Scream is going to gain a lot of buffs, and you nuke her down. There is a power snack, so that sucks. If you have once you gain a buff, Scream will gain 75% of a bar of power. And then also, every time she gains a bar of power, you gain a power sting on yourself, so you gotta watch out for that. Just make sure to not throw a special attack while you have a power sting on yourself. That's the biggest thing. I think it happened to me once in this fight, but there's also an auto block on Scream, which is a bit annoying, but you can just chuck this right here, get a soul barb up, and she has a lot of natural buffs, but she kind of has to activate them by hitting you, so it's a bit weird. But Kushala should be able to do this fight either way. Now, unfortunately, I was doing good, and then I had like a buff on me, and then I don't even know what happened. She just gained a ton of power. Any second now, right there, power gain, and then I pushed her to a special 3. So, I actually did not die from this. But this actually kind of helped me. I would not recommend it, and I also didn't take any damage from it due to the invulnerability like node on me. But she gains a lot of like all of her buffs from her special 3. So then the soul barb just wiped her out, and that was pretty interesting interaction right there. So if you end up tanking a special 3, you might not take any damage because of that invulnerability boost node. And then all those buffs will help Kushala if you're using her, which is pretty nice. And now we have 2 more fights. So Serpent, like I said previously in the beginning, he has a lot of power gain. And there is a falter, but you just gotta manage around that. And then the unstoppable is annoying, but you apply slow when you knock him down, I believe, or I don't know. There's some node that makes you apply a slow as an attacker. So either way, you just need a soul barb or 2, or incinerates work as well to just nullify all of his buffs. I'd probably recommend incinerates instead, so you can just get rid of his buffs. But yeah, he'll just be melting. You gotta watch out for his little self-revive. Not self-revive, but you know what I mean. This right here, death immunity. And unfortunately, he had too much power, so this happened. I died, but he's pretty low on health. And that's some more revives for me. It's just my bad though. It would be, honestly, of course it would be great if I were to solo this so I can post it and have the thumbnail say all solos, every single fight solo, you know what I'm saying? But I really don't care that much about a solo unless I'm in like a revive drought or it's like one fight, like a eternity of pain. But yeah, this doesn't really matter too much to me. So he's just gonna die right here, of course. Incinerates. Boom, dead. One more fight, and I will have a Titan crystal to open. A Titan crystal for from the new pool. And I'm probably gonna save my Titan crystal shards exactly like 1 month from the next update. So I'm gonna be opening them until then because it's a pretty cool batch right now. There's Shothra, there's Okoye, there's other champions. I already got Zola and Scream, but there's still some good champions I can get. But yeah, same fight right here. It's Kushala instead of Deathless Guillotine, which works better, I would say. So I'm gonna do what Kushala does. Throw some soul barbs, throw some incinerates, and as you can see, it's gonna go as it's gonna go. Now, my microphone and headphones are just kind of bugging out on me, so hopefully it sounds fine. I mean, if it didn't, I'd probably just kind of restart the whole thing. But if there's any problems, that's my bad. Just precaution, just using precaution, you know, letting you guys know, of course, because I'm very mindful of that, and it's kind of annoying. But yeah, Deathless Thanos. Chucking that, and I'm just like, I'm trying to go in for some special attacks, but he does get unstoppable. So I think in this fight specifically, I don't know why, just whenever I knocked him down, I would apply a slow, like right, not there actually, but at certain points I was able to apply a slow from using a special attack. So I'd recommend reading up on that, whatever node that is that makes you apply a slow to the opponent. Even not knowing how to apply slow, all I had to do was throw a special attack while he was not unstoppable, and then he just melted. So I wasn't really too worried like I usually am. Yeah, I'm just usually not too worried. There's only a few revives, not that big of a deal. And that's gonna do it for this quest. So hopefully this guide helped. We're not done. I mean, unless you just came for the guide, then farewell. But I have some rewards to open, because the more new champions I get and stuff, the more content. Which is not to say, which is just because it's fun. I mean, more new champions equals better content and more stuff I can do in the game. So we got 1 light essence from that quest though, so I'm at 3 right now. I need 12 for a 7-star Lumitrix. I'll try to figure out how I can get that. But right here, I just needed to dupe that because I'm 1 dupe away from a Titan Crystal, and I get a 7-star arcade. So a new champion, and I was kind of shocked. He seemed really fun, so that's some normal content. I'll be learning how to play him. But I ended up doing the side quest, got some Titan shards right there, and now I have a Titan Crystal, which will close out this video. So, Titan Crystal, a lot of good champions. Yeah, most of any of the pulls would be good. Yeah, most of the pulls would be good, honestly. I don't really, it's like not Enchantress or anything, because I already have her. And I get Okoye. So, she seems pretty fun and interesting. Now I gotta learn how to play Okoye and Arcade. So, they both seem cool and actually like fun champions. And I definitely could rank Ford Okoye now and awaken her, but that sucks. It all went to Bullseye, so that's too bad. I had a rank up gem. I probably should have saved it for Lumitrix, but I just threw it into Okoye for no reason. She seemed fun, so we'll learn how to play her. They both seem like good champions from what I've seen. They seem good. So that's gonna close out this video. Looks like we got some arcade and some Okoye stuff to do now. as well as 9.2 next week. And there's incursions, there's new content. So this is just a Kickstarter for this month, this video. Hopefully it helped you guys out. Got a rank 2 Okoye now. And yeah, seems like some fun champions. Let me know any questions, anything in the comments, if you guys need any help. Of course, I will be there to help you guys out. But hopefully this guide covered mostly everything. I'm just kind of grinding on my way to get Lumitrix. Hopefully there's more ways to get the light essence to get him rather than spending. But yeah, overall, fun content. Hopefully this video helped you guys out. We'll be looking into these 2 new champions and making some more content hopefully soon. And of course, I'll be seeing you guys all very soon.